So if you're watching this, I'm assuming you either just started working out or you've been working out for a while and you either plateaued and you're not seeing any progress anymore, or you just haven't seen any changes in your body in general and your strength maybe stopped going up. And this is mostly contributed to the diet, but there's some other factors too that I'll talk about. But go ahead and tell my story for a little bit. I started working out about 6 years ago, and this was like my senior year of high school, and I was about all of high school. I weighed about 120 pounds, 130 pounds, somewhere between there. It'd kind of go back and forth. But even my senior year, 18 years old, I was 120 pounds. And obviously, as a man, you don't want to be that light, especially whenever you're above a certain height. I'm 5'9", so I'm really not that tall, but still 120 is still really low. And all my friends were way bigger than me, and I just realizing like, okay, I need to gain some weight. I'm 18, I need to gain some weight. I look like a little boy. And so I get in the gym, I'm lifting weights and everything, and I'm getting pretty strong. And I get to a point where I'm just not gaining any more weight, and I'm not getting any stronger. And this is about a year in, I stopped getting any results. I still get a little bit of strength every now and then, but it's nowhere near what it was before because I'm not getting newbie gains anymore. And newbie gains is basically whenever you're first starting, everything kind of goes up really fast because you're just starting, right? And your body's getting adjusted to it. Everybody gets it for the most part. So it stopped about a year, and then the next year there was basically no improvement. I was just going, and this happens to a lot of people because they don't understand the concept of progressively overloading and just following a proper diet whenever you're trying to bulk up. And about 2 3 years in, I understood that I finally need to start eating more, right? And I ended up getting to about 160, which was pretty good for me at the time. I was like happy with that. But as you're climbing up, pretty much it happens to everybody. But as you're climbing up, you want to get higher and higher and higher. And I ended up just fully bulking up to 200 pounds. And I was pretty huge, but I was a little too bulky. I wanted to lean up some. And I did it pretty unhealthily, which I'll get to that too. And I got 200 pounds, and then I cut back down to 165, 160-ish. And that's about where I'm at now, but I'm probably going to bulk up to 170, 175 again. But, so anyways, what you want to do, if this happens to you and you're early on or you're just starting, if you're trying to gain weight, you want to start eating more food and eating more protein. So a lot of people won't change how they eat. They'll just start working out and they'll stop making any progress. But you need to work out while eating more. So let's say you weigh 140 pounds and you eat 2,000 calories a day. So if you continue eating 2,000 calories, you're not going to gain any weight. You might gain a little bit here and there, but you're not going to gain any weight for the most part. You need to up your calorie intake. So either keep eating what you're eating and add more food, or just have bigger meals. And you're going to do that while also, there's an exact number for this, but just relatively, you want to get a gram of protein per pound of body weight. And ideally, the way I do it, I'll eat, say I want to gain 10 pounds and I weigh 160, so say I want to get to 170, I'll eat 170 grams of protein. Or even more, honestly, just don't get less. But you want to get your goal body weight and protein in grams, and you want to eat more. So that's the two things you need to do. And don't think you're okay not doing it, because I mean, you could gain weight, especially not doing protein, but protein is what helps build the muscle. So if you have adequate protein intake, you're going to build more muscle while you're gaining weight rather than just fat. And really, besides that, that's like the main thing you need to do. Just make sure you eat. There's more advanced stuff to do, but if you're brand new and or just even just trying to gain weight properly, just do this. And there's other ways you can do no carbs, high fat, or low fat, high carb. It really just depends on the person, what your goal are. But so high calorie, and then 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You can do those two things, and while you're working out, you're gonna. So the concept's called progressive overload. I'm sure you've heard of it, but you wanna. Not everybody keep track of their workouts like in a log, but if you're really dedicated, you can either do it in the notes app on your phone or have like a notebook where you write down your workouts and track your progress. But let's say you want to increase your bench press, right? So we'll say you're doing 3 sets of 10. When you're doing 10 reps, most people will get to 10 and just stop, right? And they'll be, okay, the set's done. So you want your 10th rep to feel like you can't get any more. So you want to have the weight adjusted to where on 10 you're struggling and you get it and you're like, okay, I probably couldn't get another one. That's the goal you want to aim for when you're lifting. If you think you can get more or do more weight and still get 10 reps, you want to go up in weight. So let's say you get you're doing 3 sets, and so you got 10 reps on the first 2 sets and you only got 8 on the 3rd set. So you would stay at that weight the next time you hit chest or bench press. And then if the next time you bench press and you use the same weight and get all 3 sets with 10 reps, then you would go up the next week. And you follow the same progress or the same like idea. So say you added a 5 on each side. You just keep on that weight until you can get 3 sets of 10. Once you can get 3 sets of 10 with that weight, the next week you go up again. And you just keep steadily going up once you can get 3 sets of 10. And you want it to be difficult. No matter if it gets to where it's easy for you to do 3 sets of 10, you don't want to stay on that weight anymore. You want to go up. That's how you're going to build strength. That's how you're going to build muscle. And then there's other things you can do, like if you want to gain strength doing lower reps, higher weights better. But I typically say around 10 to 12 just to build more muscle, but you'll still get strength gains that way too. Especially if you're eating properly, that's like the main thing. Like I've had friends who will come with me and I'm a personal trainer, so I'll like kind of be training them, and just as a friend though, I won't charge them. And we'll be working out consistently for a while. Like they'll be coming, but they won't change how they eat. And they're like, man, I'm not seeing any progress. And I'm like, yeah, because you're not eating. You need to eat more. And they'll start eating and they'll start seeing results. Say, okay, you're right. But usually skinnier guys, they don't want to eat more. Like they say that they either can't eat anymore or they're just like, oh, it hurts my stomach. They're making excuses. Don't be that guy. Don't make excuses. Just eat more protein, and everything will go up. Right? The workout's important too, but the diet's by far the most important thing. And really, if you do that, you're gonna make progress. Just don't be the guy who's blaming their stomach or something for not being able to. If you progressively overload your food, so slowly add more instead of just trying to jump up, that's gonna make a big difference too. And I've had friends who will start with me, and they'll immediately be eating properly, and then they'll shoot past my friends who won't be eating. And my friends are like, dude, how'd they pass me? I'm like, man, because you're not properly eating. And that also brings me to my next point: properly eating. You can eat dirty foods and still gain weight, gain muscle, and everything, but in the long run, it's not as good. You'll be gaining more fat instead of just muscle, which I mean, not necessarily is a bad thing. So you can just cut down and cut off the fat. But if you're eating healthy foods and gaining lean muscle as you're bulking up, even better. And you're also gonna, in the long run, your health's gonna be a lot better. And really just eating clean is gonna help in all aspects. Like there's no harm in it, and it's really not even that bad once you're used to it. Like honestly, and you'll be feeling better throughout the day. There's so many benefits to it. You'll have mental clarity. You'll just have a lot higher energy. Your workouts will be better. It's everything. So just eat healthy, eat a lot, and eat high protein, and then progressive overload the weights, and you'll see crazy progress. And just stick to that, and you're good to go. All right, good luck. Also subscribe. Also subscribe if you're interested in this content.